There are dozens of urban legends out there, whether it be paranormal or stories made up in folklore from generations passed down. Urban legends over the years usually change from generation to generation like a game of Chinese whispers. Today's video is about top 5 paranormal urban legends.
A black dog is a motif of a spectral or demonic entity found primarily in the folklore of the British Isles. The black dog is essentially a nocturnal apparition, in some cases a shapeshifter, and is often said to be associated with the devil or described as a ghost or hellhound. Its appearance was regarded as a portent of death. It is generally supposed to be larger than a normal dog and often has large glowing eyes. Some of the better-known black dogs are the Barghest of Yorkshire and Black Shuck of East Anglia. Various forms are recorded in folklore in Britain and elsewhere. Other names are Hairy Jack, Padfoot, Skriker, Churchyard Beast, Shug Monkey.
Issei Kona is a slit-mouthed woman malevolent figure in Japanese urban legends and folklore. Described as the malicious spirit, or onryo, of a woman, she partially covers her face with a mask or other item and carries some sort of sharp object. She has been described as a contemporary yokai. According to popular legend, she asks potential victims if they think she is attractive. If they respond with no, she will kill them with her weapon. If they say yes, she will reveal that the corners of her mouth are slit from ear to ear, and she will repeat her question. If the individual responds with no, she will kill with her weapon, and if they say yes, she will cut the corners of their mouth in such a way that resembles her own disfigurement.
A buhag is a mythical creature in the folklore of Gullah culture. It is a regionalized version of the hag myth. According to legend, buhags are similar to vampires. Unlike vampires, they gain sustenance from a person's breath, as opposed to their blood, by riding their victims. They have no skin and thus are red. In order to be less conspicuous, they will steal a victim's skin and use it for as long as it holds out, wearing it as one might wear clothing. They will remove and hide this skin before going riding. When a hag determines a victim is suitable for riding, the hag will generally gain access to the home through a small crack, crevice, or hole. The hag will then position themselves over the sleeping victim, sucking their breath. The act renders the victim helpless, and induces a deep dream-filled sleep. The hag tends to leave the victim alive, so as to use them again for their energy. However, if the victim struggles, the hag may take their skin, leaving the victim to suffer. After taking the victim's energy, the hag flies off, as they must be in their skin by dawn or be forever trapped without skin. When the victim awakes, they may feel short of breath, but generally the victim only feels tired.
Water babies, according to Native American lore, can be found at Massacre Rocks State Park in Idaho, and in Utah Lake. The one origin story is distinctly more upsetting. The Idaho water babies are believed to be the ghosts of young children that the starving people of the Shoshone tribe drowned in the river, choosing this death over one of starvation. It's said that if you sit at the rocks, you can still hear their cries. While some stories claim that the babies simply drowned, others posit that they adapted, grew gills, and have sworn revenge on the living. In Utah, water babies are believed to be another type of creature altogether. According to Weirdus, these water babies were a type of dwarf that lived in the lake and mimicked the sounds of babies crying to drown unsuspecting people. Different water baby legends can be found in Nevada and California, as well. The commonality between them all seems to be luring people into the lake to drown them.
Like so many urban legends, this one begins on a dark and stormy night. While there are more than a few variations on the story, like what number the route was, the story generally goes like this: a bus is traveling late at night, around midnight, and it's the last one of the evening. Two men flag down the bus, and even though the driver is reluctant to pick them up since they're not at a stop, he acquiesces and lets them on anyway. So far, so good. But, it turns out, it's actually 3 men. The 2 are holding up another one who appears to be in rough shape. It also turns out that all 3 of them are extraordinarily pale, and wearing garb from the Qing dynasty, which lasted from 1644 through 1911. The bus driver apparently explains it away by claiming that the 3 are actors who didn't have time to change after work. As the bus slowly empties out, It gets down to a young man and an elderly person, which has been both a man or a woman, depending on the story. Out of nowhere, the older person picks a fight with the young man, claiming that he stole his wallet and forcing him to get off at the next stop to go to the police. Upon disembarking, they tell the young man that the fight was a ruse to help them get off the bus. Apparently the three men on the bus hadn't been touching the ground. Some versions claim that the men didn't have legs at all. The two go to the police to report the alleged spirits, but get ridiculed. However, the next morning they find out that the bus never completed its route. Some versions state that the bus was never found, while others claim that the bus was found days later with 3 severely decomposed bodies inside.